Hi everyone, I'm Eric from Bean Poet, and I'm here to introduce you to a pretty great coffee maker. This is from Technivorm Moccamaster. It is their KB 741 model, just arrived, and we're going to open it up here, show you some of the features, and brew a pot of coffee and see how it tastes. There's the instructions. Not exactly sure what all this is, but we'll find out soon enough. So there it is, the Moccamaster unwrapped. Now I'm going to take a good long look at these instructions here and figure out how to put this all together, and then we'll come back and make some coffee. Okay, now I've given everything a good wash and dried it reasonably well. So here we are. There was actually one part I had left in the box, and this is this one. And that goes on top of the glass carafe. So let's just put that on now. There we go. And let's talk about this carafe for a second. Moccamaster models come with either glass or thermal steel carafes, generally. Now the model we're looking at is the KB 741, which is also known as the KB. If you wanted a model with a thermal steel carafe, you would add a T to that. So you would want the KBT. Now this is a manual drip stop on the KB. There was also a KBG model, which is in fact Moccamaster's most popular model, which has an automatic drip stop. The difference being that with this manual one, you can control the flow of water out of the brew basket as it brews. You can shut it completely, you can have it halfway to slow things down a little bit, or you can have it fully open. This just gives you a little bit of flexibility in playing around with your brewing parameters. So if you want to play around with different grind sizes and maybe leave the ground steeping in the water a little bit longer, the manual drip stop allows you to do some of those things. An automatic drip stop, such as you have on the KBG, it's open or closed, and it's just going to brew the same way every time. Some people prefer that. It keeps it simple for them, gives them a consistent cup of coffee, but if you're a little bit more of an experimenter, then you might want to go with the manual here. So I think it's time to brew some coffee, so let's get things going here. First thing we're going to do is fill up the reservoir with water. Now this is a plastic reservoir, but all the plastic parts on the Moccamasters are free of those nasty BPAs, if you are concerned about that. Okay, that ought to do it. Next we have our brew basket here. So I'm going to leave it fully open for this brew and just let things go through. I've got a filter and some coffee over here. So let's get this ready. This is just a regular number 4 filter, unbleached. And this coffee is Kicking Horse coffee, a mix of Indonesian and South American. And there we go. I'll put that on there. Now our next step is to attach this piece. Now this is the sprinkler head that is going to distribute the water over the grounds as it's brewing. You've got the 9 holes here, which is going to give us nice even distribution. You can count on Moccamaster to give you good engineering details like that. These are all quality parts, handmade in the Netherlands, and they will last you a long time. All right, we'll put the lid on the reservoir here. And we'll put a lid on the brew basket as well. All right, I think that's on there okay. So everything looks pretty good here. What we're going to do, I'm just going to point out to you that there are 2 temperature settings on this hot plate. That's full heat, and that's about 5 or 10 degrees lower as I understand it. It just depends on how hot you like your coffee. Some people don't want to have to wait for it to cool down in the morning or anything like that. So you can have it on a lower setting if you like. So let's plug this in and let's get started brewing some coffee. All right, next thing I'm going to do is just turn this on. The Moccamaster starts brewing as soon as you flick that on switch. So away we go. Okay, so there you go, all finished. I had a stopwatch on that off camera, and those 7 cups of coffee brewed in about 4.5 minutes. So that just gives you an idea of how long it takes here. I've heard great things about Moccamaster coffee, and I can't wait to give this a try. So let's give it a taste here. Oh, now you see what I did there? I let the drips come out. So I'm going to close the drip stop here. And now we won't get that when we pull the coffee away a little bit early. If you had a model with an automatic drip stop, it would do that for you. Oh yeah, that is good stuff. Those people weren't lying. The guy who invented this machine, his name was Gerard Clement Schmidt, I believe. A Dutchman, and his motto was that the Moccamaster should be the last coffee maker you ever need to buy. And the workmanship on this, I believe it's really so. This is great coffee. It's well made. Mr. Clement Schmidt would have said that in about the late 60s, and you can tell by the sleek, stylish, slightly retro design of this machine that is the era it comes from. The Moccamaster KB 741, everyone.